So can I smoke with you, my nigga? Green crows where I'm at, we roll where I'm at, 3 hoes where I'm at. You got a man after this, he ain't gon' wanna back. There was a lot of planning that was gonna go into this launch, man. Into this launch of this channel. But hey, desperate times call for desperate measures. And I feel like right now we need to share information in a way where we trust each other. You know what I'm saying? And maybe popping up with a mask on wasn't the best way to gain y'all trust, but I mean it's 2025. You know what I'm saying? Fuck what y'all talking about. We could discuss all that shit later. But the point is, y'all need to hear the truth. Fuck whoever I am. You know what I'm saying? But the point is, they just killed a white woman in Minnesota, y'all. And y'all know what that means. If they'll kill the white woman and then lied on her, like Trump got on his Truth Social. I'm gonna try to pull the tweet up and said that the woman tried to run over the police officers, and that's why they shot into her car. We all saw the video. We know that's a lie. And this the crazy thing. Like, I'm finna show y'all a video of the lie that they sent around to their little street team so that they could lie to the public and tell this story. But Trump is the worst liar out of all of them. Look at his shit. Like, go back and look at that shit again. This nigga said in no uncertain terms, she willingly ran over an ICE agent. You can see in the video that don't nobody get ran over, nigga. We can see that. But see, I don't want to say this. This is not to draw division or nothing, but black people, we used to this shit. It's fucked up. It's very fucked up. I'm not taking nothing away from it. It's very fucked up. But, nigga, we been telling y'all ass. And y'all love to, oh, it ain't no racism. Look, we ain't gonna get into that. Not the time. We get it. Not the time. We ain't forgot, though. But, roll the clip.
All right, so ICE just now allegedly shot a woman in Minnesota who was inside of a burgundy Honda Pilot, and a police officer was standing in front of it, and one was trying to get inside the door. She decided to skirt off, even with the police officer in front of the car, and he put 3 through the window. I think a couple hit her. She passed away.
I think a couple hit her. She passed away. Well, I think a couple hit Tupac. I think a couple hit Biggie, too. I think a couple hit a lot of niggas. What? You think a couple hit her, she passed away? Well, how the fuck else do she pass away, sir?
R.I.P. to the young lady. I do want to say this. All of you agitators, all of you guys out there that's trying to make it seem like it's okay to get in front of law enforcement while they do their job.
So let me get this straight real quick. A woman can attempt to run over ICE agents on camera, get her noggin popped.
What side of Canada is he from? Because I'm trying to, like, I was trying to in my head, I'm trying to reverse engineer. Who says noggin? Like, where do niggas be noggin at? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, where do noggin come into the vernacular? Because I've never heard, you know, I've never is a big thing. Now, if you know the word, somebody might have said it before, but the way he just rattled that off so casually, I gotta examine that. Maybe I'm like being a little bit overcritical, but I'm like, who says noggin like that?
And man? Democrats defend the terrorists. What the hell, bro? Every day they give us limitless content because this can't be real life. Yet again, I'm constantly questioning my reality. If someone tries to run over you, you have every right to defend your life. How in the hell is ICE the problem? And to the mayor of Minneapolis saying, get the hell out, get the F out of Minneapolis. What is wrong with these people? What is wrong with these people? Democrats want a lawless society. These are the same people trying to defund the police after the cities were on fire by their own.
Now, a portion of me that used to exist, and I'm not saying that I was a hateful person, but I'm just saying the idea of a black man calling a white woman a terrorist kind of excites me a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Just the optics of it all. But it's besides the point. That's really not what I'm on. What I'm on right now, did you see how crusty that nigga was? I'm not even on that. That's a fucked up thing. That's a fucked up way to go at this. But I'm just gonna say, how the fuck do you look like your breath stink, but your teeth pearly white? That's because them veneers. So we know you didn't have to brush your teeth for them to look like that. That's the first thing. But you just look, you look unkept. You got jewelry on, veneers, and you still look unkept. That's fucking crazy. But that's MAGA for your ass. It ain't like you got, a bunch of black women around to remind you to moisturize yourself or none of that. But damn, I hate these crusty ass niggas, man. And he definitely just told on himself. Like, I know y'all heard in the video, he's like, oh, it's just endless content they're giving us. That he's talking about the list. He's talking about the email list of propaganda points that he has to hit today. He has to put out videos on these propaganda points. That's what he's talking about when he says endless content they're giving us. And he's bullshitting, by the way. Like, I know. That might have been one of the weakest calls they ever got. I mean, they get a lot of bullshit calls, bro. Like, they out here defending pedophile shit. So they be out here defending literally the worst shit you could think of. But I know that was a weak-ass call yesterday. You get a call from the white supremacist administration telling you to call a white woman a terrorist, and you've been defending white people on your fucking page for years. You've been coddling white people on your page for years. Now you gotta come out and call this white woman a terrorist. You probably just lost some of them tweaking. So I know y'all was mad about that call. Like, we gotta say a white woman was a terrorist, and they killed her on camera. Damn. And we gotta say that shit was obviously justified. Like, obviously, we gotta put that word in there. Obviously. Damn. All right, here goes nothing. And I've made it a point to stop talking about black people, if y'all don't believe that. Like, I haven't called nobody crusty. I don't talk about black people no more. I made it a point in my life to stop doing that type of shit. But these black MAGAs, I'm telling you, they pull at my moral fiber. And remember, the whole reason for everything happening in Minnesota, again, is because of the Somali community and how now they are being openly targeted. Like, it's open racism, open targeting of specifically Somali American people. Then you got the Nick Shirley weirdo phenomenon of grown ass, middle-aged, and slightly younger white men walking up to daycare centers with no children with them. No paperwork, no birth certificates, the proof of children, nothing. Just creepy white man walks up to fucking daycare center with a camera, and another weird ass white dude who looks like he need to have his picture on the goddamn wall for nigga stranger danger. Cause y'all crazy as fuck if y'all think somebody finna let y'all in here to see they kids with your creepy ass. Man. But that's really how a lot of this that's how the situation ended up happening yesterday with the lady. And it's literally they main thing to talk about now to distract motherfuckers from the Epstein files. Because it's not like the case that they talking about is something current. They talking about a fraud case that got started 10 years ago. 10 years ago, mind you. And they bringing this shit up like it happened yesterday. They just had, matter of fact, I'm finna show you, Byron.
Back in Washington. Just left the oversight hearing on Minnesota. I mean, this thing is crazy. You have the governor and his team going after whistleblowers, state employees, trying to do the right thing in Minnesota to explain the fraud that was happening, to get it under control. And it looks like Governor Walz, the lieutenant governor, the attorney general, Keith Ellison, not only did they know about it, they were trying to protect the fraud to continue. These fraudsters were donating campaign cash to the governor and the attorney general.
You don't say. Hey, hold that. Keep that accusation in mind right there. Put a pin in that.
The whistleblowers who were coming forward were threatened. Their jobs were threatened. Their careers were threatened.
Oh no, not the jobs and the careers.
Potentially have found out that the fraudsters were buying property in Kenya and Turkey, sending money back to Somalia. The money going back to Somalia could potentially have fallen into the hands of Al-Shabaab, the Al-Qaeda affiliates in Somalia.
You see the fake outrage? You trying to look mad and shit? And see, that was a very Republican white man maneuver he just did right there. It's not slick, but it's like, it's things that racists do all the fucking time, and it's like a dog whistle to them. So when he said they sent money back home to Kenya and Somalia, first of all, you only say those countries because you know that they're black and brown countries, so people automatically get a bad taste in their mouth because, well, America hates black and brown people. Let's just put it plain and simple. So he says Kenya and Somalia to piss white people off. Says they're sending money. How dare you send money back to Kenya and Somalia? And then the tiny little detail in there, money could have potentially gone to the Al-Qaeda and such and such and such. Now, do you think he got any confirmation? You think as much bullshit as he sit there and talk, if he had any inkling of a confirmation or something like that going down, he wouldn't have been more specific? As opposed to saying money could have potentially gone to such and such. When they say could have potentially, that means we just making shit up. We just making shit up. Like, it's in the realm of possibility. Like, the one, both of these things do exist. They exist in the real world. Now, are they connected and do they have anything to do with each other? Absolutely fucking not. Does he have any evidence that they are connected and that they have anything to do with each other? Absolutely fucking not. Because if he did, they would have said it. You think they leaving out evidence? You think they leaving out shit to tell us later? Be like, yeah, we actually had such. No, nigga. If they can't see that anybody sent money from Minnesota to Al-Qaeda, you think they wouldn't have told the world that if they could? Fuck these.
And the funny thing is, I don't even think it's just Minnesota. I think we just found out about it in Minnesota. I think it's happening in other states too, and it may not just be the Somalian community, but other parts of the country where these programs, American people are just being defrauded. I think the bigger thing is we gotta up here, we gotta put real teeth into these spending items. If we're gonna put money into a lot of these programs, there need to be hard audit requirements, eligibility requirements. Obviously, there's criminal charges if there's wire fraud, but I think if you have elected officials who know about this stuff and we find out they know, they need to be brought up on conspiracy charges because they're defrauding the American taxpayer too.
Now, Byron, you playing a dangerous game, boy. Why would you ever be the one to get on? I don't understand. It's like, you know what? I do get it though, because that's what y'all are there for. Y'all are like infantrymen. The black people in the Republican Party are like, they're the pawns. They are the first line of defense. So that's why he sends y'all out every single time that something really indefensible happens. They send niggas like y'all out so that if anybody gets canceled based on how ridiculously egregious what we doing right now is, it'll be y'all niggas. It won't be anybody important. It'll be niggas like Byron Donald and, the cannon fodder. But needless to say, why the fuck would you even put yourself in that position, Byron Donald, knowing your motherfucking history, boy? Look at me when I'm talking to you, boy. Byron. Look at this bullshit. Now this is a full-blown article about Byron, wife Erica, lying, cheating, scamming school children and their parents out of their hard-earned money for education. Now, this education that she was scamming these people out of was a conservative education that, as we can see, would be less woke to most parents, which y'all dumbasses. So these parents that was getting defrauded was also goofies as well. But still, your kids don't deserve to suffer because you so damn dumb. So I actually feel bad for the kids and the parents in this situation. So Erica, shame on you for defrauding these goof ass conservative parents like this. They should have never listened to your stupid ass. But now look at you though. You was worried about being woke. Now you broke. I'm telling y'all they finna use that racism against y'all and y'all don't never listen, man. Y'all always think it's a fucking game about blue versus red. I don't give a fuck about Democrats, man. Y'all better wise up. Either way, I ain't here to help white people. Fuck y'all. Classical charter schools offer a curriculum with a Eurocentric focus that stresses traditional values and introduces. Now, ain't it funny how whenever they say something is too woke, the opposite of woke just means European? Like, what the fuck are y'all talking about, bruh? It is what it is. Woke is black. Non-woke is white to y'all. Y'all are just stupid. Like, y'all really just be falling for the okie doke every single fucking time, bro. And it's really frustrating. And part of me feels sorry for y'all, but part of me don't feel sorry at all. Cause it's like, they literally got you with the promise of your kids not having to hear about slavery. Like, that's all they said. They said, well, look, your kids will never have to learn about slavery anymore. They won't have to hear that they're oppressors and that the black kids are victims. They won't never have to hear these things again. And they got your fucking money. I'm going to laugh every time I think about that. And then you got her husband up here talking about how much money Minnesota is stealing from you. You're falling for it again. Except this time they snatching healthcare, SNAP benefits. They cutting all that shit. So you're going to start seeing money dwindling in your pocket, whether that's directly or indirectly. Money is going to start dwindling from your pocket. And when it does, look, they already got a pre-made excuse. Tim Walz done let the Somalians steal every measurable dollar of fraud that we can find in the United States of America is now attributed to Somalis in Minnesota. Even though we can sit here and show y'all cases of white fraud all goddamn day. It's called white collar crime for a reason. But we want to sit up here and play and act like Somalians and Mexicans just done cornered the market on fraud. All the illegal immigrants came to America and somehow hacked the whole system that the rest of us just had access to. But for some reason, we was all too stupid to figure it out. But they all just done figured out all the fraud and just defrauded the whole government in a matter of months. Like, the stupidity it takes to be, man. I'm trying to be better about this, man. I'm trying to be better and not call people stupid no more. But this shit hurts, bro. This shit hurts. Man, tax filings reviewed by CBS News show between 2020 and 2023 schools spent roughly 30% of the government funding they received, totaling about $35 million on outside firms with ties to Erica Donald. Do y'all know what the fuck that means? That means she got government funding from her school, so y'all paid taxes. Government funds went to the school board, and the school board decided to pay these private firms that were going to quote unquote help the school that never opened, by the fucking way. They were going to help the school with different resources. Well, these companies were all companies that had direct ties to Erica Donald. So it's a play. It's a finesse. Y'all all know what the play is now. Now you see the play, right? And they use wokeness against your stupid ass. They said, hey, we gonna have a school where your kid ain't gotta be woke at all. They could be sleep all goddamn day. Matter of fact, we got blankets and sleeping bags at their desk. They could be sleep. They not finna be woke at all in this bitch. Please send your money now. Oh, and it gets worse. It gets worse, by the way. And this is the whole reason they use the charter schools right here. They don't have to be beholden to a school board or anything like that. Not school board, but the Department of Education. They ain't got to. They don't have to stay between them guidelines. So when they have these contracts that they could give to outside companies to help them with whatever it might be, gym uniforms, whatever resources that the kids need in school. When they hire these companies to come and perform these different services for the kids. Now Erica Donald, she done set up the whole game so that she's invested in every single resource that the school uses that's outside. It's an outside resource that they're using, right? But they're all just magically connected to her. This is hilarious. But this is Byron Donald telling you out of his mouth how much money the Somalians in Minnesota and all over America, as he says, is this just the first one they found, right? Now, what he talking about is a 10-year-old fraud case that's been being, it's been investigated in Minnesota already. So I don't know why they still lying to y'all and telling y'all about some new findings or some shit like that. This is literally an old court case that they racist asses is using to currently try to challenge people's citizenship. So I'm just waiting for what they gonna come up with for black people, because it was one fraud case in Minnesota that they trying to use to fuck over the whole Somalian community. What? I'm just trying to figure out what they gonna use for black people. It's gonna be something small. It's gonna be like one nigga robbed a bank or something, and they're gonna be like, all black people are financial criminals. That's something. It's gonna be something like that. Had the school contracted her own little finesse company so that she was collecting $35 million in tax dollars, and y'all talking about, and Byron Donald's got the nerve to be up here talking about Somalians, and his wife has $35 million of government money from school children, and y'all let this, ooh. But then I never thought about it. Maybe they could be working for the other team. Like, they could really be some woke people, and they really just be, constructing this whole anti-woke charter school thing just to finesse that bread out of the Republicans. And then, when the chips all fall down and the hurricane come through Florida, we could just act like the money we don't know what happened to that money. The school went up in the hurricane. We don't know what happened to all that money you sent us. If I was gonna be a mega grifter, that would probably be my grip. You know what I'm saying? I would probably try to get some money from you. I wouldn't steal from the kids. Now, Erica, she a despicable motherfucker. I ain't gonna steal from the kids, but I would definitely anti-woke grift y'all to death. Because that's pretty much all that they can do. That's like their number one move. If they can get another move, they can maybe get some versatility. That's why Candace Owens out here calling people men and judging all types of Olympic sports events. She trying to find dick in all types of nondescript places. Candace Owens is a for all intents and purposes, she's damn near operative. She's damn near like CIA for conspiracy theorists or some shit. She out there trying to find out who the hell is under the Barney costume or some shit. It's crazy ass lady. But you need to get some versatility to your lies if you're gonna be in the GOP and be black. You can't just be like Byron Donald's out here talking about all the Somali fraud. Meanwhile, your wife is engulfed in a fraud fucking empire, nigga. A fraud education fucking empire, and you got the nerve to be talking about what some Somalians is doing with a daycare center. Imagine the nerve of that nigga. Be on TV hyping y'all up about Somalis and a fraud surrounding child care. Meanwhile, he literally has cornered the game, went around the country speaking to people about school choice. Meanwhile, his wife is robbing y'all. A nigga like me can't lie. A nigga like me stay high. A nigga like me won't try. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. man.